Hello and welcome to the 2020 Candy Draft. I'm Chris Coe alongside Kel Miper. We've got a special one out there today for every sweet tooth, hot off the heels of our cereal draft. It's 2020 Candy time, just in time for Halloween. Kel, what kind of things are you expecting here today in the 2020 Candy Draft?
Well, we have three new expansion teams that were not here in the cereal draft. Team Wood, off a very disappointing cereal season, got the first overall pick for this draft. Be interested to see where she goes with it.
Absolutely. We are ready. Let's get down to the floor. Team Wood is on the clock for number one overall pick.
All right. My first pick is no secret to anybody. In all my research, I found that overall, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are the number one favorite candy in America. So and I don't think that that's just for adults. I think that's for everyone. So Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, number one.
I don't really see my kids ever eating them.
Your kids do weird things, though, Brand. They eat and Raisinets. Come on.
Yeah, Raisinets. Raisinets.
That's legit.
I cannot wait to give Marley grief about that all year.
Oh, this is tough and the pressure's on. But after much research, I am going with the internet's number one pick. Personally, not my favorite, but that's okay. Skittles!
Yeah! No!
Like the original Skittles, just the plain red package Skittles.
Red? Yeah.
I mean, just my pick. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take just an oldie but a goodie. It's if you're hungry, grab this, or else you will be angry and upset. I'm going Snickers because it's one of the best candies out there.
Oh, yeah.
You're just not good when you're hungry, you know?
Yep.
Doesn't feel first round. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Don't feel first round.
Okay, this is not my favorite, but I'm gonna go with what I've heard gets sold a lot at the dances or the school parties, and that's Airhead Extreme.
Oh.
I think that's going to be a popular pick amongst the kids.
You know what? You can never let people treat you poorly, which is why I'm going to go with Starburst, because you can never let anybody treat you like that yellow Starburst. You are the pink one. You are the pink Starburst. And so that little tube of deliciousness, you hope that it's mostly pink. And Starburst is my first round pick.
All right. I did a lot of research this weekend. I asked a lot of people what kind of candy they liked, and I'm going to go out on my own. I'm going to say left Twix.
Oh, bold.
The left.
So you're not taking the whole candy bar. You're just taking the left side.
Candy,
So then,
left
one of us can do the right Twix?
Could you define what is in the left Twix? Because I know they are broken down into
Yeah,
left and right now.
you get the
Yeah,
new
those
candy bars. They do have
individual.
just the left side. Yeah, they do have just the left side, I think.
Left side.
So yeah, I
left
guess
Twix.
we can go with the left.
Much better than the right side.
I'm a little nervous about this first round pick just because I feel like it's overlooked and it's overlooked for a reason. However, maybe it's just because the fair got canceled. I'm feeling like cotton candy has to go first round.
Oh, nice.
Candy.
Says candy in the name. Cotton candy. Gotta
It
go
was
with
on my list. It was
Thank
on
you.
my list.
Okay.
It is truly
Okay.
sugar.
It's not high on my list, but it's on my list.
All right, Kel, a very, very intriguing first round in the books here at the 2020 Candy Draft. What is the top thing that stands out to you here in the first round?
Well, I think we had a consensus number one overall pick. Go to Team Wood with the Reese's, and it's kind of a grab bag from there. Skittles going 2, Snickers 3. To be expected, really. But the end of this first round was really interesting to me. How do you feel about Twix? Just the left one, Chris.
I think, well, first of all, the left is the right pick. See what I did there. The left one, it's purely better. It's just better. I mean, hands down, you cannot make an argument there. Twix falling to 6 overall. I just thought that was very interesting. I was really expecting top 5 for Twix here. And followed up by an even bigger surprise, perhaps the reach of the first round, cotton candy, Kel. First of all, does this qualify as a candy? What are your thoughts?
Well, that's something that's being talked about right now at the league headquarters. We're not sure if cotton candy is a candy or not. I know it has candy in the name, but is it really something you can just go buy at a candy store? Maybe they sell it in little bags, but a very big reach here for Team Harvey at the start of the draft for her. hopefully she's able to kind of capitalize on this at the start of the second round, as she will have the first pick. You know, she took a lot of fruity cereals in the cereal draft. She's kind of following suit with the candy so far, Chris.
I mean, in cotton candy, it's great memories of basketball games and big events, the circus. You want that cotton candy. But, I mean, past the age of 12, is anybody eating cotton candy? I don't know. This is a risk. I'm not sure. We'll see where she goes in the second round. She's going to need to pick it up.
Yeah, I think so too, Chris. I think Starburst going 5 overall. It's a good pick. Airheads Extremes, Team Divine 4 overall. Going for the 8th grade pick, trying to win the demographic she's targeting. Very strong pick there. You know, it is interesting, though, at the Twix, just the left one. You could have taken the whole candy bar and had both at the same time, almost a 2-for-1 teal. Interesting pick there by Team Iverson.
I'm with it. I think it's absolutely the right choice. Well, let's kick it down. We are ready to start round 2 here in the 2020 Candy.
This is going to be a tough one. I'm going to go 2 sugary ones because obviously it's candy, but I'm not going chocolate on the second round, which is a risk. But I'm going to go the Sour Punch Sour Straws. If you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yes.
I don't even know what those are.
Oh.
I'm sure they're not good. All right, I'm up, and now I'm going to go with something that's very easy to sneak into the classroom that I think all kids love, the Jolly Rancher.
Yes.
Oh yeah, but you can smell it.
Oh yeah. You know,
So good. No.
I'm gonna go with this. This is a child favorite, and adults seem to like them too. You may not like to go to a fish fry, but you definitely like Swedish fish.
No.
Oh, it was on my list.
Yeah, that's a
it is
good
a
candy.
crowd pleaser.
Good choice. Good choice.
All the coaches pick Swedish fish, so I don't know if that's a winner.
Oh, so good.
That's the coach's pick
That's
the
the,
coach's pick.
that's the old people pick.
from the team. Had to
I
pull.
don't know. Maya Wood is a fan, but she hasn't had him because of the braces.
Oh my, what is a 95-year-old soul?
Yeah, right above black jelly beans.
Oh no. Okay, I gotta have some chocolate in there.
Don't do it. Don't steal
And
it.
I'm
Do
gonna
not
go
steal it.
with
Don't you do it.
sometimes I need a break, you need a break. Or go with Kit Kat.
Good one. I can't believe this candy's still here. In fact, it's an absolute travesty that none of y'all picked this before me. I'm taking M&M's, the originals, and I'm not looking back. Like, it's such an easy pick, such an obvious pick. They got slighted by the people in this room. Absolute, just insulting.
Hold on to your seats for this one. It isn't even chocolate, but it is gonna just warm up your world. It is hot tamales.
Mr. Smith's favorite candy.
Okay. As the token Mexican here, I don't really like them.
Alrighty. So this comes straight from Maya Wood and her friends, and this is actually one of their better picks. I can't let this one go. It's Sour Patch Kids.
Ooh.
Sour
That's one.
Patch Kids.
That was a good one.
Well, Kel, round 2 in the books, and I just got to ask right off the bat, what is a sour straw?
You know, I thought Team Harvey would capitalize off the cotton candy pick. Maybe she understood that it was a reach, and maybe she had to come off strong. Lots of amazing candy still on the board, but a sour straw doesn't strike me as something that's going to put her team over the top. Maybe it's a roster fit. Maybe it's something that's going to fit the mold of what she wants this team to be. But another presumably fruity pick from Team Harvey. She's sticking straight to the recipe here as she goes for yet another fruity candy.
Agreed here. I've heard of sour. I've heard of straw together. I don't know. Maybe she's trying to combine cereal and candy with the bowl that's got the straw and make it sour. I don't know. We'll see if it pays off for Team Harvey. Next up in round 2, the Jolly Rancher, a very solid pick, an original hard candy. We've had a lot of tooth injuries as a result of the Jolly Rancher, but by flavor, by far one of the best. An excellent pick. What else stands out to you later in the round here, Kel, in round 2?
Well, you certainly had the Jolly Rancher, which is noteworthy because it's a high upside pick. Injury risk is there. We're going to see if Team Iverson and her conditioning staff are going to get that Jolly Rancher ready to be at its best. And it depends on if the rest of the roster, are they crunchers, the Jolly Ranchers, or do they suck on them for multiple minutes? There seems to be a fine line there, and Team Iverson is taking a risk. Later down the line, you have a classic Swedish fish that's always good. It's a good cereal. Is it round 2 worthy? That's left to be decided, but a pretty solid one all around. The one that really stands out to me as a big question mark is M&M's at the middle of the second round. Team Owens is super confident and thought it was a steal. I'm just not so sure.
I don't know. M&M's is classic. Melt in your mouth, not in your hand. Does it get any better than that? M&M's classic. I mean, the candy, perhaps. I think it could be the steal and draft. We'll see. It's high risk, high reward. And break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar in round 2. Love it. We're ready to kick it around to round 3, starting off with Team Wood.
All right. I think we all love this candy, and I'm not sure if kids really get into it much anymore, but I think they would pick it if they were given the option to have Pop Rocks.
There's a solid pick. There's a solid pick.
Is it a third round pick though? Basically a second round pick. It's the first pick of the third round.
I think I'm gonna go out of the box here for a minute, and I think I'm going with, I can't believe they're here. Oh, undisputed Tootsie Rolls. Oh yeah. Tootsie Rolls. You know it.
And I'm going to go with, I'm going to take Butterfinger.
Oh, my teeth hurt just thinking about those.
Good.
Really?
They're great. They're delicious.
All the kids said that they like those. The kids that I talked to,
they're delicious. Rest in peace, Butterfinger BBs. I miss you.
I'm torn between several of these, but I'm going to go with one of my favorites, Almond Joy.
That means I'm up, right?
Yep.
So when two worlds collide, great things occur, and that's what happened when my next pick was created. Reese's Pieces. It's like M&M's and Reese's together.
I am up. I am going to go with a candy you can share with your friends.
What are those?
Rolo.
Rolos?
Oh, Rolos. Love those.
Rolos are good.
I gotta get some chocolate on the roster, but I'm between two here. I'm just trying to figure out what the kids would like. I think I'm gonna go with the same name as is my salary, the $100,000.
Oh.
Round 3 in the books here, Cal, and by far the most interesting round thus far. We've got a lot of really high upside picks. We've got a lot of questionable picks. Round 3, what stands you at the top of the list of a lot of craziness here?
Well, I'm wondering if this team of teachers forgot how to draft candies, because this one is a lot of head shakers, Chris. Start right away at Pop Rocks. I mean, who eats Pop Rocks anymore? I don't remember the last time I saw a pack of Pop Rocks. And then right after that, Tootsie Rolls go. There's so many great candies left on the board. I just don't get it.
Tootsie Rolls, I mean, we're talking, if you're reaching for a 70-plus demographic, I understand Tootsie Rolls. Maybe if Tutti Frutti comes along in that Tootsie Roll umbrella, maybe, but a Tootsie Roll with so many great candies still out there. I mean, Butterfinger right after it would have been a solid choice, although it's got question marks of its own after changing the recipe. But Tootsie Rolls, Cal, what? What's going on over at Team Stack?
Well, perhaps Team Stack thought that she could get the entire Tootsie Roll umbrella. Maybe she's planning for a nice veteran to come in later in the candy roster, really close out a game and close out a tournament. I don't know. It's a head shaker for me. Almond Joy. Let's talk about that for a minute. Possibly the worst.
One more thing on Team Stack. I mean, I know Team Stack's coaching staff has been around for a while. Okay, it makes sense. They let those veteran players, but there could have been so many more great choices. I don't know. I just don't understand it. On to Almond Joy. Go ahead, Cal. What do you got?
Well, it's Almond Joy. It's perhaps the worst candy of all time. I mean, you put almonds in candy, it just doesn't go together. I want sweet and savory, possibly some sour in my candy. I don't want almonds, Chris. What is she thinking?
Perhaps the X factor is coconut. Not a fan. Not a fan. I mean, Almond Joy, you walk up to a door, you're trick-or-treating, and the person hands you Almond Joy. you're not coming back there for the rest of your life. I mean, I'd rather take an apple than an Almond Joy, honestly. Followed up by Reese Pieces, little brother of Reese's, the first brother duo to be taken in the same draft of history of drafts. What are your thoughts on that, Kel?
Well, you know, there was some drama early in the draft when Owens tried to take Reese's eggs. Team Wood filed a formal protest, which he was successfully upheld. Therefore, Team Owens had to go with M&M's as his second pick. We didn't talk about that. It was edited out by the league to try and save on the drama. They don't want to lose advertising dollars from having drama on the sport, but I got to bring it up here. It's noteworthy. Team Wood upheld that protest, and now Team Porter kind of skirts those rules with Reese Pieces. I don't know if it's right.
There's a ton of talent in that Reese family altogether. Reese Pieces, if it's allowed, is a solid pick. I cannot argue there.
I don't know. I feel like the kids are more into just the candy, not really the chocolate. I don't really know. So I'm going to go with, golly. This is a tough one. This one might be out of left field, but I think it's a kid favorite. They get these at Halloween, which is going to be Fun Dip. I'm going to go with that.
Oh, I had that on my list.
Oh, yeah, Valentine's Day too. It's just like pure. You're just eating sugar, basically.
Yeah, and then you can eat the stick too.
Well, I'm going to go with my favorite candy, and I feel like the kids will like this one also. The gummy bear.
Oh,
It's on my list. I might have taken that one last pick.
Okay, this is the last pick, and this was one that was a little difficult because you just can't eat one of these. You can eat these all year. They're specialized during the holidays. In Miss Wood's classroom, she'll give you one or more if you want to kiss your brain. Hershey Kisses. Kiss your brain.
Okay, so my last one is probably not one that very many kids are familiar with, but I have to go with it. It's my favorite. It's found on the West Coast, so maybe some kids who've moved know about it. It's called Rocky Road Candy, and let me describe it. You'll like it. It's a light, fluffy marshmallow topped with nuts and coated in rich milk chocolate.
I really needed a fruity candy here, but there's just not much left on the board. Harvey took most of them, as she usually does. So I'm going to have to go back.
David Cal.
I'm going to have to go back into the chocolate well, I think, and just kind of dig deep into that and see what comes out. I think I'm going to go Lindor Truffle.
Oh, those are my kids' favorite. They love the truffles. The red ones?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Even though chocolate is my most favorite food group, I am going to step away from that. And I am going to go with, let's see here, Laffy Taffy. Oh, yeah, you know it. It's a winner, though. You know. It's a good one. Okay.
You even did a joke with it. I had to mute you guys for a minute so I could check with Maya on this last one because I'm torn between two.
Are you getting help on the side?
Well, she just left. I said
protest.
These two. Yes,
Protest is right.
Yeah, protest.
Okay. Are we done?
I got help with this, so.
Yes, Miss Wood.
Okay. So I think that packaging is just as important as the actual candy itself.
No.
Here comes a mistake.
I know that M&Ms were already chosen, but I feel like mini M&Ms are a separate thing.
What?
Can I pick mini M&Ms? Can I?
You wouldn't let me pick Reese's eggs, but you want to take mini M&Ms?
If you veto that, Owens, I will let it fly. But you guys said that all the M&Ms are separate.
Let her take them. They're terrible.
Different flavors.
Yeah, that's okay. You can have them.
Regular M&Ms, just little.
Yeah, you can have them.
The best part of the mini M&Ms is the tube it comes in.
I love it. You can shake it. Kids
We'll see how that
make
flies.
noise with it.
Owens, let's give it to her because makes our list look better.
And we're back with our final round in the books. Another round of really peculiar picks here, but also some solid additions to these rosters. What are you thinking, Kel?
Well, these are kind of a swing for the fence picks. These are prospect picks that could really round the team. Maybe you get a surprise that really leads the team later. These are picks that could potentially be better than the number 1 overall picks for everybody, but you really take kind of a shot in the dark, starting with Fun Dip with Team Harvey. It's great that you can eat the stick, but I wonder, is it a candy worth rostering? Another fruity pick for Team Harvey. She's really has the same draft style from cereals to candy we're figuring out.
Yes, perhaps a little predictable here from Team Harvey going with the Fun Dip, although I believe it is a solid choice here. Fun Dip is huge with the age demographic, 5 to 12-ish. That is a very, very popular candy, along with gummy bears as well, as though I think adults wouldn't be afraid to admit they're known to pop a few gummy bears here and there too. Another fruity choice. And we've got our first chocolate pick of the round in the Hershey's Kiss. Hershey's, there's a lot of options here at Hershey's. Why the Hershey's Kiss, do you think here, Kel?
Well, I feel like Team Porter could have had the entire Hershey's bar, and it would have been more of a savory moment for whoever is eating it, because you can't, like Porter said in the draft, you can't stop at just one. Well, you could just have a whole entire Hershey's bar, and it tastes just as good. It's a little peculiar, but I get the pick from Team Porter.
The only complaint here from me is with the Hershey's Kiss, you have to unwrap every single individual one, and that's a game changer for me. But it's the last round. I understand it's an upside pick. Maybe they come out with one where you don't have to unwrap everyone. Could be. But here we go, Kel. Rocky Road. I literally had to bust out my Google machine on this one because I assumed that's ice cream. That's a flavor of ice cream. Rocky Road candy? I was unaware of. This pick blows my mind. What do you think?
This is one that we've talked about not playing it safe before. We thought in the cereal draft the combatants played things a little safe. Well, you can't fault Divine for trying something big here. It's Rocky Road is the foreign exchange student from Nova Scotia that might be the next big thing, or it could be a complete bust. You just don't know. So you take a shot at it in round four, and you just see how it develops. And I think Rocky Road could be that for Team Divine.
Very reminiscent of the Oreo O's pick in the final round of the cereal draft. A lot of upside, a lot of raw talent. Can their staff get this candy under wraps and get it ready to go for the season? We will find out. Team Owens followed it up with a very elegant pick. They had a lot of younger, just solid candy bars, a lot of sugar with the Lindor truffle, just a more elegant style here to kind of round out the team. I like this pick, Kel.
Yeah, I think it's a good pick to round out a team. I mean, is it skew a little old? Yeah, but I think kids do like it too. I mean, it's one of a teacher's favorite things to get for Christmas from students, a big box of Lindor truffles. You can't go wrong with it. Is he skewing a little too old with this pick? Maybe. But, I mean, the Lindor truffle umbrella is full of wonderful, elegant chocolate that everybody loves to eat.
I agree, absolutely. Laffy Taffy, another solid pick. You got to joke with the candy. Who doesn't like that? But we got a little bit of another controversy here. We got to reach out to our legal representatives here on mini M&Ms. Reese egg not allowed. Reese Pieces allowed. Mini M&Ms allowed. What do you think? What do you make of all this, Kel?
Well, we've had to contact legal representation to figure out where this gray area is as far as the draft. What counts under the same umbrella? We're seeing it with things like M&Ms. Things aren't apparently falling under the same umbrella, but Reese's they are. We don't know what's going on. See, the league seems to be a little ticky-tack on how it's ruling. Team Wood wins multiple appeals over Team Owens in this draft. It seems to be some favoritism in this draft, Chris.
Maybe a little conspiracy on our hands here in the 2020 candy draft. But mini M&M's, a solid pick. If it stands, very high upside.
Yep. And I think, Chris, that mini M&Ms, it could be swinging for the fences here, but it could be a complete dud. It doesn't have a high upside, a low floor even. I don't know if mini M&Ms, they came in that little canister, were cool when we were kids, but do kids in the candy store now reach for those mini M&Ms? I just don't know, Chris.
I think so. Maybe, I mean, if you've got a baby who's trying candy for the first time, maybe you reach for it because they're smaller, less of a choking hazard. I don't know, but I'm going original M&Ms. I don't know about you, but that's the way it goes. That's all the time we have here on the 2020 Candy Draft. We hope you enjoyed. Let us know what you thought was a good pick, what you thought was a reach, and what you thought Rocky Road was a total disaster. I'm Chris Coe alongside Kel Miper. We'll see you next time.